Hey, it's Tuesday, March the 17th. My name is Tom, and this is your ReadyCore Daily Brief. Today, triage becomes hardest when the injured are the people you love. We'll get there in just a minute. First, let's get you up to speed with the latest from the RISAT team and the Daily Sit Rep.
This is your AmCon Daily Sit Rep for March the 17th, 2026. Up first today, the Department of Veterans Affairs has deployed a new scheduling system called External Provider Scheduling, or EPS, across all VA facilities. This system streamlines the appointment process for veterans seeking community care by providing real-time access to provider schedules, expediting bookings, and potentially increasing access. Veterans are encouraged to prepare a list of preferred healthcare providers and utilize this system to improve their healthcare experience. In other news, the FDA has issued a warning about 29 supplements sold online containing the toxic substance yellow oleander. These supplements, marketed as weight loss aids and sold through platforms like Amazon and eBay, pose significant health risks, including cardiac arrest. Consumers are advised to stop using these products immediately and dispose of them safely, as some brands have been recalled while others remain on sale. Turning to supply chain concerns, early signs of disruption in the freight rail sector highlight potential delays ahead. Over 4,200 layoffs have impacted warehouses, factories, and rail terminals nationwide due to declining freight demand and automation trends. This could cause short-term slowdowns and mid-term delays in retail and fuel distribution, with localized grocery shortages and price volatility possible. Members are advised to increase pantry reserves and monitor fuel supplies closely. Meanwhile, a multi-state E. coli outbreak has been linked to raw cheddar cheese from California producer Raw Farm. 7 people have been reportedly sickened with symptoms that can be severe or life-threatening, including kidney failure. Despite the company denying the allegations and not issuing a recall, the FDA urges consumers and retailers to exercise caution and sanitize surfaces to prevent contamination. Finally, there's an increased threat of protest and civil unrest nationwide, with heightened activities including anti-ICE and anti-war protests in major cities. Members are advised to remain vigilant, be aware of their surroundings, and report any suspicious activities to authorities and the RISAT team through designated communication channels. Regarding today's weather, an anomalously early heat wave is intensifying across the western U.S., with numerous record highs expected. Critical fire weather conditions are forecasted across the high plains and southern plains. Meanwhile, record cold temperatures from the deep south are shifting towards the southeast, and lake-effect snow will taper off in the Great Lakes region. Western Washington remains wet, with light snow moving through the northern plains and upper Midwest. Additionally, a moderate G2 geomagnetic storm watch is in effect for March the 19th due to solar activity. Looking ahead, there is a Central Alabama monthly training meeting on security and defense scheduled for March the 21st in Valley, Alabama. Members in the area are encouraged to attend and contact organizers for details. Members can access the American Contingency Members-Only site to get the full report and more in-depth analysis of today's stories, along with practical preparedness tips, training opportunities, and resources to help you, your family, and your neighborhood stay crisis ready.
Hey, just a reminder, if you're building your family's preparedness kit, don't forget about the ReadyCore member store. We've curated equipment that supports real-world readiness, and members often get it at or below retail prices. Check out readycore.net/store to find out more. Yesterday, we left the Johnson family in the backyard. Ryan has pressure on his arm, blood is slowing, but not fully controlled. The neighbor's still yelling about his ankle, and Emily is kneeling in front of Ethan. "Ethan, look at me." He blinks slowly, breathing steady, but no visible bleeding. He says he feels dizzy. Now the tension sharpens a little bit. Your own child was just knocked backwards. Another adult is injured, and your spouse is bleeding. Where do you put your hands next? Triage is emotionally difficult because it often contradicts instinct. Instinct says, protect your child. Instinct says, stop the screaming. Instinct says, move fast and fix everything. But triage requires something more mature than instinct. It requires proportionality. If Ethan is conscious, breathing, and not bleeding, he can be monitored briefly while life-threatening bleeding is controlled. That decision does not diminish his importance. It protects everyone. This is the core discomfort of triage. You may have to delay care for someone you love in order to prevent irreversible harm for someone else. Most people freeze here, not because they lack compassion, but really it's because they lack rehearsal. Prepared families rehearse Mentally, just go through it in your head. You talk through scenarios just like this one. They normalize the reality that in emergencies, sequencing matters. And it's not about cold detachment. It's about disciplined love. Love that acts in the correct order. So, have you ever mentally rehearsed choosing between two injured loved ones? If not, spend 5 minutes right now. This podcast is almost over. Do it right now as soon as the podcast ends. Tomorrow we'll break down the rapid assessment tools that help you decide without guessing. You don't want to miss that. Thanks for listening to the ReadyCorps Daily Brief. If you're already a member, that's awesome. We appreciate you. And if you're not, you can become a member at readycorps.net. I'm Tom Rigsby. Stay alert, stay ready, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.